Beginning, the legend of Cerilyn. Cerilyn Kale was known across 3 quadrants of the galaxy as the deadliest warrior. Her reputation was unmatched. Ships whispered her name before they even felt the first strike. Planets fell under her campaigns as quickly as stars set in orbit. She was the commander of the Volari Legion, a merciless force of genetically engineered soldiers. Fear followed her like a shadow. Diplomats and generals alike bowed before her merely to survive. And yet, for all her skill and power, Cerilyn had never known weakness, or compassion, or curiosity. That would change when Earth, a planet her people considered primitive, dared to resist her fleet. The humans were nothing, on paper. Feeble, unpredictable, and stubborn. But in a minor skirmish near the asteroid belts of Jupiter, one human did the impossible. He saved a fleet under siege without weapons that could even scratch her armor. He was Lieutenant Adrian Vale. She had intercepted the battle reports and watched him in hollow-feed replay. The human had no formal military training by Volari standards, yet he turned a hopeless scenario into a victory using ingenuity, improvisation, and a daring disregard for rules. Cerilyn's pulse, something she rarely noticed, quickened. She had fought warriors who could crush cities. She had commanded fleets that eclipsed suns. Yet here was a human, fragile and small, reshaping outcomes she had thought inevitable. And for the first time, she wondered what it was like to see the galaxy through another's eyes. The capture. Determined to meet the human, Cerilyn ordered a personal reconnaissance mission to Earth. Disguised as a diplomatic envoy, she infiltrated a united Earth fleet station. Her presence alone, even hidden, caused officers to mistake her for a visiting alien dignitary. Adrian spotted her immediately, though. Humans had an instinct, a sense of danger honed over millennia of survival on a harsh planet. "You're not with the others," he said cautiously, gripping his sidearm. "No," Cerilyn replied, voice low and melodic, but carrying lethal undertones. "I am here because of you." Adrian frowned. "Because of me?" "Yes. You fight differently," she said. "Not with brute force. Not with predictable tactics, but with courage and thought. I want to understand how." Adrian hesitated. Humans were trained to resist alien influence, to mistrust anything beyond Earth's technology. But there was something in her eyes, the faint glow of honesty and curiosity, that intrigued him. "I don't know if that's a good idea," he muttered. "Good or bad doesn't matter," Cerilyn replied. "It is necessary." Before Adrian could respond further, Volari soldiers descended on the station, drawn by her presence. Adrian reacted instinctively, leading her and a few human defenders through a network of maintenance tunnels. As they ran, Cerilyn noticed something unusual. He didn't cower. He didn't scream. He adapted. He led with calculation and heart simultaneously, something no Volari soldier had ever done under fire. Human ingenuity. They reached the orbital docking bay, where a single shuttle awaited. Volari attackers were fast and strong, yet the humans had improvised defenses. Using magnetic pulse disruptors and energy net traps, Adrian neutralized squad after squad with makeshift weapons. Cerilyn followed, analyzing every move. "This is remarkable," she thought. The human turns chaos into strategy. At one point, she was pinned behind a reactor core, surrounded by Volari enforcers. Adrian glanced over, assessing her position in an instant. "Cover me," he said, raising a modified plasma rifle. She had never seen a human-wield technology with such precise timing. They fought in perfect synchrony, instinctively. For the first time, Cerilyn felt something she couldn't name. Awe, respect, perhaps even admiration. After escaping the Volari patrols, They entered the shuttle. Earth receded into the distance. Stars stretched in all directions, infinite and unfeeling. And yet, the human beside her, fragile, mortal, yet undeniably courageous, made the galaxy feel different. Cultural clash. Once in orbit above Earth, Saralyn attempted to explain her world. She showed Adrian hollow archives of conquered planets, of cities burned, of fleets obliterated in the blink of an eye. "This is my duty," she said, her voice calm but cold. "To dominate, to conquer. Compassion is weakness." Adrian shook his head. "I don't think so. You don't have to fight like that. Not everything is about power." She looked at him incredulously. "And what would you suggest? That I abandon everything I am? My people? My honor?" "Yes," he said simply. "You can fight. You can win. But maybe you can care too." For the first time, Saralyn hesitated. Humans were illogical, emotional, and strangely resilient. She had never had to listen to someone like this before. And yet his words planted a seed she couldn't ignore. Rising tension. The Volari fleet. The Volari Empire was not forgiving. Saralyn's absence and the loss of sensitive intelligence on Earth triggered a massive fleet deployment. "Return her," the Supreme Commander ordered. "She is ours by right and blood." Adrian and Saralyn had no choice but to fight, or appear to surrender. Adrian devised a bold plan: lure a portion of the fleet into a nebula field, using its electromagnetic interference to disable ships without killing their crews. Saralyn provided her intimate knowledge of Volari tactics, which made the humans' improvised defenses far more effective than any Earth military could manage alone. The first skirmish was brutal. Ships clashed, lasers crisscrossed space, and tactical maneuvers spiraled in a dance of chaos. Saralyn marveled at how humans could anticipate and manipulate forces greater than themselves. When one of her own battleships attempted to execute a surprise maneuver against Earth, she acted. She turned the ship away, redirecting it safely, directly defying her command. "Traitor?" Adrian asked, incredulous. "No," she said, her voice trembling for the first time. "I am learning." Emotional climax. After the battle, they landed on a small, neutral moon. Silence stretched between them as stars glimmered overhead. "Why me?" Saralyn asked quietly. "Why teach me?" Adrian smiled softly. "Because sometimes, even the strongest warriors need to be reminded what it feels like to care, to live for more than conquest." She studied him. For centuries, she had known only orders, duty, and fear. But here was something entirely alien to her experience: trust, vulnerability, and connection. Her hand hovered near his. Tentatively, she reached for it. He took it, warmth meeting cold alien skin. It was electric and grounding. "I don't know what this is," she whispered. "Call it feeling," he replied. Feeling and choosing it. Final confrontation, defying an empire. Word of her defection reached the Supreme Commander. The Volari fleet arrived above the moon with overwhelming force. Adrian and Saralyn faced an impossible battle. "This is it," Saralyn said. "If we fail, the human race and I will be destroyed." Adrian steadied himself. "We'll make them underestimate us. They always do." Using a combination of Volari ship weaknesses, improvised human tech, and Saralyn's intimate knowledge of Volari formations, they turned the tide. One by one, enemy ships were disabled. Many surrendered rather than face unpredictable humans and their alien ally. When the Supreme Commander arrived personally to confront Saralyn, she met him with new resolve. "You would defy the Empire for a human?" he demanded. "Yes," she said firmly, luminous eyes blazing. "Because I have learned what loyalty, courage and love truly mean. The Supreme Commander, stunned, could not act immediately. He realized this warrior, the deadliest in the galaxy, had changed irreversibly, ending a new future. The Valari Empire withdrew, partially humiliated, partially awed. Saralyn remained on Earth, working alongside humans to form a cross-species alliance for mutual defense. She was no longer merely a weapon. She had become a protector, a teacher, a partner. And she had found something more powerful than victory or fear: connection. Adrian stood beside her, watching the sunset over Earth's horizon. "You really are learning to feel," he said, smiling. "I am," she replied, luminous skin reflecting the golden light. "And for the first time, I am alive." He took her hand, steady and warm. "Then let's see what this galaxy looks like when we fight together, not for power, but for life." Saralyn looked at him, truly looked. The deadliest warrior in the galaxy had been tamed not by force, not by domination, but by understanding, trust, and the courage of one human willing to see beyond fear. Above them, stars shone brighter than before. The galaxy had been a battlefield, but now it was full of possibilities. She had been the deadliest warrior, but he had taught her to feel. And in doing so, they had both become unstoppable.